Hey YouTubers, Raven here.
Starfire.
And today we're talking about The Outpost.
Season 4, episode 5, I think? No, yeah, 5. They bleed black blood.
Yeah. It was a pretty good episode.
Mm-hmm. Felicity's just still getting on my nerves.
Yeah.
I'm just
Tobin,
like, go girl, you can freaking go. Yeah. Go and serve and go and sit and kneel in front of the gods and see what happens to you.
Right.
Like, seriously, I'm done with you.
Yeah.
I'm full on done with you. With this current way that she's acting.
Yeah. I liked her before.
Like, if she goes back to how she was before when she gives up her kinge, then I'll be fine with it.
Mm-hmm.
But if she gets killed in the process of giving up her kinge,
I won't be sad.
I won't be sad. I will be sad for Tobin because he will have lost 2 of his loves, but I won't be sad for her.
Mm-hmm.
Although he might die in the process as well.
Right.
But why would they kill him twice?
3 times.
3 times.
Yeah, he's now up on the board with the brothers of Natural and Buffy.
I'm still pissed at the Supernatural finale.
Mm-hmm. But now he's up on the board with them. It
should have ended with episode 19, damn it.
Mm-hmm.
They had the montage, they had the song, they had it all. It was a perfect way to end it. Why did you have to ruin it with one more episode?
We can just imagine it doesn't exist. Episode 20 does not exist. So, yeah, like, now he's up on the board with Death and Resurrection multiple times along with them.
Well, Buffy died how many times?
Let's see, season 1. The Gift.
That was season 5.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So twice.
Twice. He's died 3 times.
And she was brought back by frickin' Willow. Yeah. I was seriously mad at her like that whole season.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Tara died, I'm just like, oh well, I feel bad for you now.
Right. Just like Tara was like the one.
And her girlfriend in season 7 was bad.
I hate her.
I didn't like
She was so it was like she went back and dated a high schooler.
She should have just gotten back with Oz.
Right? Like, I mean, that chick acted like she was in fucking high school.
I mean, I like to think of Willow being more bisexual than full-on lesbian.
Yeah.
Because if
she really loved Oz.
Because it makes more sense if you look at it that way than if she was just all of a sudden a lesbian.
Right.
Because she was attracted to men.
Yeah, she was attracted to...
She liked Xander. And then she was with Oz.
She was in love with Oz.
Yeah. Like, that was heartbreaking when he left.
Yeah.
Like, I cried.
So she was bi. She wasn't lesbian.
I like to think of her being more as bi than lesbian.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Tara was probably a lesbian.
Yeah.
But Willow was bi.
Mm-hmm. So. Fuck the new girl. She was a high schooler, an adult. In an adult suit.
The only good thing about season 7 was Spike and Buffy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Dawn was okay.
There were other good episodes in that season, but like by the end of it, like season 6 and 7 is when Spike and Buffy really started to have a lot of those moments that we liked from them. I mean, there's still some things he did that I'm not like okay with, but. You know, I liked them more in those seasons.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, I mean.
Tobin's now on the board with them. Is there another series that's up on that list? I feel like I was forgetting one.
I don't know.
Anyways, if you guys know, let us know in the comments below.
I mean, how many times did people in Lost Girl die, or Xena, or...
Well, Xena died twice.
That's on TV, by the way.
Gabrielle died 2 or 3 times?
So is Where on Earth is Carmen Sandiego?
Where on earth is Carmen Sandiego? Carmen Sandiego, where on earth can she be? Where on earth can
So both shows that you love are on TV.
Yes.
Xena and Where on Earth is Carmen Sandiego cartoon.
My childhood.
I'll watch Xena at some point.
At some point, it needs to be your next show.
No.
Yes, it needs to be the next show. Why not?
It'll be up there.
Why not?
Because I have some Marvel shows I need to watch.
Then watch Sliders instead. Or Farscape. Or Andromeda.
I've watched a little bit of Andromeda already.
Yes. But anyways,
I will see one of them.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So, Phyllis can go die in a hole.
Like, I'm just, the way that she currently is acting right now, I'm just done.
Yeah. I still have a little bit of faith in her, like I keep saying, but it keeps dwindling with each episode.
If she doesn't change from returning the Kinge, then I'm just gonna give up.
Yeah. They're not gonna let her just give the Kinge over. They're gonna kill her. Like, it's just how it's gonna go. And they can't use the Kinges against them.
And she'll probably, and if they do kill her, she'll probably think that she's dying in honor because she's a servant to the gods.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not gonna be like she's gonna be upset that she dies.
Right.
So, because she's completely loyal to them.
Mm-hmm. So what would happen if Zed and Talon put their hands on the mark for their Kinge?
I don't know.
Like, do they need the gods to do it? Or can it just be any Kinge bearer?
How were they given the Kinges?
Who?
Talon and Zed.
Talon.
Like, how did they receive their Kinges?
Talon's mom gave it to her.
And she got it from the gods?
No, remember when Talon and Zed, the story arc where they were fucking in the woods? I mean,
yeah. Before she was with Garrett,
the better option of the two. Let's be honest here.
I mean, I wouldn't care either way.
I don't want her with Garrett. She deserves better. I mean, yes, Zed is a fucking dick, but
most of the time
better. I like him more than Garrett.
Well, yeah, I like him more than Garrett, too. I like his snarkiness.
Yeah, and I think he melts more, but I think he melts better with her than Garrett.
Well, yeah, because he understands her, because they both are black bloods, they both have Kinges, they both have been through similar things in terms of their people and their culture, and so they're more connected in that sense. Like, they can help each other in those ways and really understand the other person.
Right.
But
I think Garrett, it just looks like a sad attempt to be human, and she's not.
I mean, like we've said, if Garrett wasn't being the way that he is, I wouldn't mind Talon and Garrett together. I wanted them together in this first season.
Yeah, if he remained first season Garrett and just grew from that, this would have been fine.
But then they had to F up his freaking personality and make him be controlled. And, you know.
Now he just feels completely different. And it's not the Garrett that she fell for.
Like, I understand that he's going to be loyal to what he's loyal to. I understand that is his duty and that is, you know, who he believes he is supposed to be.
Right.
But I feel like Zed understands her better as a person.
Would be the better. It's the more.
But I think Garrett and Talon is like the ship that everybody likes and wanted together, so they probably did it for that purpose.
Yeah.
If they'd gotten together before everything happened to him, then I would feel differently.
Right. It'd be like she's trying to fix him. You know,
Yeah.
help him come to terms and be okay. But it's like he's dating her because he's trying to latch onto who he was. And she's dating him because she's trying to latch onto whatever semblance of humanity she felt she had before she met her people.
Yeah.
Like...
And Zed and her have a lot of chemistry, too.
They do. The actors have more chemistry than her and Garrett.
Like, you know, just in terms of, like, even as friends, like, they just have really good chemistry together.
Yeah. Overall, it's just better chemistry than her and Garrett, whether it's romantic or not.
Yeah.
Garrett just screams friend. Like, the relationship just screams, I'm your best friend. Like, that's how it feels. It's like, he's nothing more than that. Like, that's how it feels. That's how it plays off. Like, you don't even... It's like their romantic scenes are forced. All they do is kiss and run away, or they're fucking in a sewer. Like,
yeah,
that's all it is.
And Zed's and Talon's was actually, like, full-on romantic.
Yeah.
And was, like, hot.
Yeah.
So
I'm just like, just give me Zed back. Like,
I mean, yeah, Zed can be annoying at times, but I just like his snarky sarcasm.
Yes.
I love that in characters, like, so much. Especially the villains.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, it just makes me so happy.
Yes.
I'm like, yes, I love to hate you.
In this case, it's I love to love you.
Yeah.
But seeing that the gods bleed, they bleed black.
And what also annoys me is that Felista just won't listen to anyone. She just won't even listen to explanations or anything. Like, if they defy her and don't do what she's asking them to do, then she just, like, either has them locked up or executed.
Yeah, she's a religious zealot.
Like, it's... You can't reason with her.
Yeah, she's a zealot.
And you should be able to reason with your queen.
Right.
Like, come to a compromise.
Yeah.
A queen's duty is supposed to be able to help her people. And to be able to come up with a solution that's going to benefit that person.
Yes.
And the people of your realm. Or whatever, you know, that you serve. And...
I mean, she wasn't even ruling from the capital.
So, like... You know, so if she wants to go to the capital and freaking... you know, kneel before the gods and give up her kin, then so be it. And if she dies in the process, then I don't give a crap.
Exactly.
I'm done with her BS.
So this was the episode where we were told that Tobin basically betrayed his friends, but next week's episode is that he will prove his true loyalty.
Yeah.
And I think...
That's what it says.
I think that next week he's going to make it blatantly obvious he's with Talon.
You mean Felista?
No. He's gonna turn on her. They're gonna reach the capital next week. If she dies, he's gonna turn on the gods.
No, Tobin proves his loyalty.
Yeah.
To Talon?
To Talon and his friends.
Oh.
Talon's just the one that's there.
Yeah. I thought he would be proving his loyalty to Felista, because remember, he's trying to go along with what she's doing, even though he doesn't agree with it, because he's trying to protect her.
Yes, but he can't protect her if she's dead.
Yeah.
So, the only way of proving his loyalty is by bending the knee to the gods. So, he would do that if...
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So... if Felista gave up her kin and she was okay, he would do the same. To stand by her side.
Well, apparently they aren't going to die, because in the episode after next week's, it says that Talon and Luna recruit an old friend to help them find an ancient key. Tobin and Felista have an extraordinary meeting. Ren and Janzo unleash a menace, causing Garrett and Zed to go on a hunt.
They opened the fucking box. They found the key. This is fucking Pandora's box.
Because that episode is called The Power of the Masters. And next week's episode is called All We Do Is Say Goodbye. And it says Garrett and Luna set out on a rescue mission. Tobin proves his loyalty. Ren and Janzo discover what lies beneath the outpost. And a quest begins to uncover Luna's past.
Okay. So maybe Tobin does prove his loyalty to Felista. Yeah. I've just been kind of hoping that, like, you know, the other way around.
Yeah.
So yeah. So we were right in assuming that the other Kinjis belonged to the other gods and that they were going to kill them, the Kinjis.
Yeah. And they killed 2, but that evil is going into somebody else.
I wished it didn't, because, like I said last time, better the devil you know than the one you don't. And so they're going to be technically immortal with 2's Kinj being in the correct god. So that's going to be fun. I think the only way they were able to imprison them and whatever last time, they probably took 2's Kinj out first.
Probably.
And then hunted the rest of them down.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how they got the Kinjis out without killing them. Because if you remove a Kinj, the only way to remove a Kinj forcefully is to kill the person holding the Kinj.
Or transfer to somebody else.
I said forcefully.
Yeah.
So, the only way to transfer to another person is if you give it up willingly.
Which is what Felista plans to do.
But who's she gonna give it up to? There's no one to hand it over to.
Well, like I said, any storyline... I'm just... With this current storyline with Felista, like, I'm just not... I'm not in the mood for it. Like, I'm not enjoying it. And I want things to change.
Yeah.
I'm interested in Luna's story. I'm interested in Ren and Janzo. And Talon and Zed. Because we're seeing Talon and Zed spend a lot more time together than we have seen. We've barely seen Talon and Garrett together this season. Like, they've hardly had any, like, time together. Partly because he's been locked up, because he didn't want to, you know, give his loyalty to Felista. And then, you know, she's been trying to search for the stuff with the Blackbloods and her people with Zed. And so they've been spending a lot more time together. And, you know, like I said, in the future, if they just continue to have them remain friends, or if they do decide to bring them together, I'll be happy either way.
Yeah.
Because as
long as she's not with Garrett.
But yeah.
It's ruining the character. I think Garrett would be better left without a relationship right now and just taking care of himself. He didn't have long.
I think he got into one too quickly. If he'd spent a little bit more time taking care of himself before he got with Talon, then maybe we would feel differently about their relationship. But because it happened so soon,
he said, "I don't think I'm ready," and then he just got with her.
I think he just wanted to have sex with her.
Yeah. Another couple. Like,
I mean, yes, he loves her, but I think that he truly, at that moment, he just wanted to get in her pants.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, I haven't had any in so long.
What is it with that? Like, why does it matter?
I don't know.
I'm sorry, but whenever they're like, I'm so deprived, I haven't had sex in like 3 months, it's like...
Okay. You know, before you had your first go at it, you didn't have any at all.
Right?
Like...
Exactly.
Was it entirely that bad?
Like, I don't know. It just... whenever I hear that, it just annoys me.
Right? Like you survived.
Really? I'm like, really? You'll survive. You're fine.
You made it. You made it.
You really are having such a hard time with it. Do it to yourself.
Right.
Like, you know.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, but.
You know? I mean... If it's such an issue, go for it.
I know.
Go for it. It's such an issue.
I'm sorry. It's just when men say that, I'm like, really, really,
exactly.
Just like, go f yourself.
Buy a doll if you need to.
Do
like, fucking hell.
I don't care.
No. It's stupid.
I mean, it just sucked because, like, I really wanted to like them together, and I really, because I liked them so much in the first season.
Right.
And I really just, like, I wanted them actually finally getting together to be, like, this big thing, and be like, oh my gosh, they're getting together, like, it's taken 3 years, and they're getting together, like, you know, and then they had to do it the way that they did, and it's like, why?
Yeah. Exactly.
Like, why give us this build-up if you're just going to ruin it?
Yeah.
I mean, they've done it on other shows, too, and it just makes me sad. It's like you spend 3 to 4 seasons building up this tension and this chemistry with these characters, and then you bring them together, and all they do when they're together is argue. And they can't figure out, they can't come to agreements, and they always have to, like, not trust each other or not communicate and go to other people to communicate, and then when they go to other people they end up kissing them and doing these stupid things, and I'm like, you're in a relationship, you should be able to talk to the person. Like, it just, when people do things, when writers do things like that for the sake of drama, it just really bothers me. Because it's like, there's drama, and then there's just, like, doing it because you don't know what else to do.
Yeah.
And you're just adding in extra drama that's not necessary. Like, no, that's not going to continue to make me want to watch your show, because you screwed up these characters. Because some people are like, oh, well, like, keeping the drama up is what keeps people coming back for more. That might be so with some people, but that's not with me.
Right.
Like, I get annoyed by that, and then it makes me not want to watch it anymore.
Exactly.
Because it's like, if they're supposed to be so great together, then when they get together, don't have them freaking not communicating with each other and acting like freaking idiots.
Yeah.
It's possible to write a stable relationship and still keep the drama going, and still keep obstacles there for them, as long as they're able to work it out together as a couple and communicate with each other and talk to each other about it, then you can still write good stuff, because that's more realistic than constantly having unnecessary drama and breaking up characters for no reason.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
That's why I stopped watching Chicago Med, because it just got to the point where it was pissing me off so much that I'm like, I can't do that anymore. I can't deal with that unnecessary drama.
Yeah.
And then 2 of the characters that I like are leaving, and I'm like, well, that's my excuse to completely stop watching it.
Yeah.
So it's one less show I have to worry about.
Yep.
I mean, I was getting to a point where I was going to stop anyway, but now I have a full-on reason to.
Right.
So.
Yeah, so, I mean, the only negative I have about this episode is anything revolving around Felista. But other than that, this episode was really good.
Well, yeah, other than that, it was good.
I enjoyed the Munt stuff.
Oh, yeah, Munt and Wolita?
Yeah, Wolita.
They're so cute! They
are. I love that she just took the beer and, like...
The ale, yeah,
the ale, and then chugged it. She's like, I am not a flower, I'm a woman. I'm like, true enough.
And he's like, how would a beast... It's like, Beauty and the Beast? Hello?
Yeah, but they don't have that, you know.
I know. But that's just what I thought of. He's this, like, burly, like, beast-like guy.
Yeah, and she's like a little bluebell.
She's like this delicate, beautiful, woman.
Right. I think the first time we saw her, she was wearing yellow. And with her blonde hair, and then, like, that thing to, like, a flower, I pictured her as a daisy. Mm-hmm. Or, like, a sunflower. One of the two.
Yeah.
And it's just like...
So it's like... I totally went there in my mind when he said that. I'm like, Beauty and the Beast!
Right? Like, they purposely kind of did that to us. I think they were like, see what we're doing here? Yeah. See?
Yeah.
And it's like, yes, but he's not gonna turn into a handsome young man.
Well, yeah. but it's not necessarily just that. Like, right. the whole thing with the Beast was that she saw past his appearance into who he truly was in his heart. Mm-hmm. And Mund isn't the smartest person in the world, but she still likes him, and she still thinks that he's like this, great man. Mm-hmm. And so, it kind of, it has that theme of it. Like, it goes along with it in that sense.
Yeah.
Not necessarily that he'll become this beautiful, handsome man, but that, she sees through...
She sees who he really is.
The dumbness and the beast-likeness of him into his soul. Mm-hmm. And that's what's so cute about it.
Right.
So.
Yeah. They make a cute couple.
They do. I just want to see them kiss.
I can't wait for that. And I think that's gonna take a while.
Probably. Just let it happen this season, though.
I think that they've been... For me, I thought they were in a relationship since last season.
Yeah.
And now Mund's like, I think I really like her. It's like...
I fancy her.
Right. I was like, what? Hold up and wait a minute.
I think there was just...
There was already some love in this.
I think there was just some, back and forth with, them, and then maybe he's just like, oh, I really like her. Or maybe they did have some moments, and then he's like, oh, I, love her.
I don't know. I don't think he understands the conceptual difference between liking her and loving her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
last season he was willing to take the Kinge because she got infected. Because he didn't want to live without her.
Because we don't know what the future of the show is going to be. Yeah. So that's why I'm just like, if it takes a while, I hope it still happens this season, because we don't know if there'll be another season. Mm-hmm. Most of the time with this show, we're left uncertain of what its fate's going to be.
Right. The only thing we were certain of was this season.
Yeah. So... I don't know.
We might find out later this season. Probably not.
But CW has a habit of renewing shows even when they're low rated, because they actually give shows a chance.
Yeah. And the show has been getting better and better. So
yeah. I'm sure we won't find that out until the season's over.
Yeah.
Which will probably be fall. Or winter.
Yeah. The next time the announcements rolled around. So yeah, this episode was overall really well done, and I loved it.
It was. So we only see 2 of the gods right now, and there were 7, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, and there's 7 Kinges, there's 7 gods. They were having trouble figuring out, because Janzo said that everything in this plane of existence had red blood. Mm-hmm. And everything that came from the plane of ashes had black. But we learned from Zed that, as far as to his knowledge, black bloods come from this plane of existence, whereas the gods probably don't. Mm-hmm. My theory is that the gods probably raped some humans and they gave birth to black bloods. Mm-hmm. Or maybe the life god had sex with a male human, and
kind of like what happened back in World War II, when soldiers were having were raping these women that were Norwegian and Swedish so that they could get the blonde hair, blue eye, Aryan children.
Yeah. They probably wanted maybe they can't procreate with their own kind.
Maybe.
And they wanted children. They wanted a legacy.
Yeah.
And then the reason why they call the black blood kinch wielders traitors is because their children turned on them. They wanted to be true gods, and gods create. And they couldn't create the most fundamental thing, offspring.
Yeah.
And so they needed to be able to do that. And I think that was the only option left to them. And so they did that. And then the Black Bloods were brought up believing these people were gods. And that's how things got fucked over sideways. Like,
yeah,
is probably what happened. I would love to know the truth. I hope they go into that. Yeah. I'm fairly interested in that.
Probably will.
So, anything else?
I mean, the fact that Garrett's like, I'm going to take things into my own hands if you don't do something about it.
I'm glad Tobin locked him up.
Like, what is he going to do?
Exactly.
What is he going to do that won't get him executed or locked up? Because if he tries to kill her, he will get executed.
Yeah.
He will get thrown in jail awaiting his execution.
Might not even do that. Melissa might just kill him outright.
Maybe.
Like, it's just... At this point, like I just said, I'm glad Tobin locked him up.
Yeah.
Because I'm done with his bullshit.
I'm done with Melissa's bullshit.
I'm done with both of their bullshit.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's basically...
I don't really have anything else to say.
Okay. So I guess, until next time, keep fighting for what you believe in.